it's me again. So as promised in my last video, I was gonna do more of a sit-down chat and catch you guys all up on what's going on. By now a lot of you have asked me, when do you start work? Or how is work going? And the truth of the matter is, I'm not working right now. So before I had left, I think I told a lot of people that I planned on working immediately after I got here. So as soon as I could get work, I would jump right into it. So to give a bit of a background, I am a registered nurse in Canada, and I wanted to work as a registered nurse here in the UK as well. That in itself is a long and arduous process, and I might go into that another time, but for now I'm just going to talk about my current work situation and how that's going for me here. As a registered nurse, I have the option to either work with an agency here in the UK, where basically I do contract work. It's kind of like travel nursing, and that you are assigned a location for X amount of time to fulfill a current need in that area, and then you would go off and do other contracts. It might be with the same facility, but it could be different as well. So that's agency nursing. The other option is to apply independently to actual institutions like hospitals, clinics, that kind of thing, and then get hired, I guess, permanently or solely with that one area. I went the agency route for my first go around here, mostly because the agency does provide you a lot of support and all the process and whatnot, and then also the variety of experience that I could potentially get within an agency, because it's contracts. Like I said, I really wanted to, well, at the time I thought it would be wise of me to get working as soon as possible, to hit the ground running, and get that going right away. So as I was filling out the paperwork and being in contact with my agency, basically they gave me two options that I could do. One was with a private clinic and one was with a public clinic. I requested clinic work because I personally have not been working on a ward situation or a unit situation in hospital for a few years now, and coming into a new country, I just didn't feel like it would be safe for me to do so. My background is in surgical nursing, but just to be on the safe side, because we are dealing with people's lives after all, I didn't want to risk it. So I asked for clinic work, something to help ease me into the country and like the health system. And so that's what my agency was able to look for me, is specifically clinic work. Some things happened and I got two choices, which isn't usually the case, but in this instance I did. So I got a public health clinic and a private health clinic, and it was the same role, just in different, obviously, institutions. So I don't want to dive into too much detail about the circumstances of each clinic, because there's obviously confidentiality and contract reasons, but basically the public clinic would have given me a very narrow scope of opportunity in terms of how I could practice and what I could learn and experience. However, they would have allowed me to start immediately, so April 26th was supposed to be my start day. And the private clinic, I wouldn't start till middle of May, but they were willing to give me a wider scope and train me in different areas instead. And it was a private clinic, and I've never worked in a private health setting before, so didn't really know how to choose between the two. On the one hand, I could start work right away like I wanted to, and then on the other hand, I would get more experience and exposure to different skills and opportunities. but I would have to not work for 3 extra weeks essentially. So it was difficult for me to make the decision on my own. So I ended up, I called my parents. And I'm so grateful that I have a relationship with my parents where I can easily talk to them about these things and get their advice and what they feel like is the most beneficial to me, because they are my parents and I know everything they do for me is out of their love for me, and also that they only want the best for me. So knowing that, and that my parents have literally watched me grow up since I was born, they probably know me the best out of most people. So I gave them a call. Thank you for technology. WhatsApp has been amazing. We chatted about it and I told them all the pros and cons and the circumstances surrounding the two different opportunities. And surprisingly, unanimously, my parents essentially agreed that the private clinic would benefit me most. And that shocked me. I guess growing up in a fairly traditional Chinese home, I was always brought up with the value of everything you do is for your future. So the money you make, the things that you do, it has to be towards the benefit of your future. And logically thinking, the sooner you work, the sooner you can get money, and the sooner you can save, and therefore the better for your future. So after a bit of reflecting, I realized that a lot of my desire to want to work immediately was mostly due to the guilt of not working, as odd as that sounds. So I think it's been ingrained in me that I need to be productive with my time. I need to make good use of it and not waste it, and working, I guess, was the only way that I felt like was a good use of my time. So the thought of not working for 3 weeks was unfathomable, unreasonable, and irresponsible. But my parents were able to kind of talk me through that a bit more, and again, they surprised me by saying things like, Vanessa, you have the rest of your life to make your money and save it. You can use these 3 weeks to do other things that's also productive. Like, you went to a different country, what better time to explore and experience a different culture and compare and contrast between Canada and in the UK than now, when you don't have any responsibilities as of yet. So I was like, wow, okay, it's not often that my parents agree on something in my life that quickly and unanimously. I am Christian, and my faith is important to me, and my parents, unfortunately, are not Christians as of yet. And so, as much as I know that God would speak through them, because they are my parents, and I believe God gave them to me specifically, and I value their opinion very much. However, I did want a more spiritually sound opinion and help from people who also can discern with me through the same faith. So I did call up a dear friend, and I'm so blessed to have such a great community of sisters in Christ back home who I can reach out to easily and will take the time to pray with me and discern with me anything that goes on in my life. So I called this friend and she was available, which also is rare. So usually it takes her a few days to get back to me, but she did. And we had an opportunity to, again, talk about the situation, the pros and cons and whatnot, and based on discerning with God together, from the perspective of my spiritual health and my mental health as well. It was decided that the 3 extra weeks probably is a good thing. put into perspective the fact that I just moved to a different country. I'm still settling in. I'm still trying to find my rhythm and my routine and whatnot. And then to suddenly throw myself into another very different work environment and try and figure that out as well at the same time could potentially be really stressful. And at the end of the day, I likely will be putting God in the back burner and not prioritizing Him in my life and whatnot. So the 3 weeks is an opportunity for me to recenter myself so that once I get into a new environment again, I have that foundation that's solid under me and it's not wavering and easily thrown out. That's basically how I made the decision to go with that private clinic, which also means I am not working for the next 3 weeks. So that's my little work update. Next couple of weeks you're going to see a lot more exploring types of videos and footage of around the area, and you may wonder, oh, how come she has all this time to do it? Well, now you know. It's because I'm not working until the middle of May. So until then, if you are free, please do give me a call. I love the video chats, and I miss seeing all you guys, and I miss catching up with all of you. Or if you don't have time for an actual phone call, please send me a message, and we can chat through texting as well. If you have any other questions, please do ask. I love to update people, and again, if it's a common question or a theme, then I will make a video and post it so everyone can be all on the same page with me and be on this journey with me as well. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're all well, and yeah, take care. Bye! Hey everyone, just want to do a quick addition to this. I've been getting a lot of requests from people asking for me to let them know when I do upload a video so they can check it out right away. In case you didn't know, YouTube has this wonderful feature where you can click the subscribe button and there's a notification bell looking thing that you can also click, and it does it for you. It lets you know whenever I upload something. So I would appreciate it if you guys did that, and didn't request a personalized notification. In case you didn't notice already, I am trying to upload on Wednesdays, and it'll be 7 o'clock London time, so wherever you are in Canada, or unlikely in other parts of the world, but you can figure out your time zone and do it like that. Yeah, if you guys want to keep up with me, then for sure go subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then YouTube will do all the work for me. Thanks guys! 各位觀眾，多謝你嚟睇我個片。Actually 大部分啲講廣東話啲人呢都係媽咪啲朋友嘅，所以應該講 Hello Auntie, Hello Uncle 多謝你嚟支持我嚟睇我嗰啲 YouTube 片。如果你哋唔知，下低邊呢有個掣可以撳，英文叫 subscribe， 中文唔識啦。and then 隔離呢有個啷啷都可以撳，一撳佢呢，佢 YouTube 會話俾你聽我幾時upload 個片，咁你可以即刻去睇。如果你哋想繼續睇我啲日日做咩呢，同埋我生活點呢，咁你就可以撳嗰啲掣，咁 YouTube 就可以話俾你聽。我啲中文都係麻麻地，不過我諗住特登錄個講廣東話嘅片俾嗰啲 Auntie Uncle 抽啲時間出嚟睇我啲片。And also 如果你想，你可以喺下低邊寫個 comment， 咁我媽咪呢就可以知道你真係有睇，咁佢唔會嚟揾你。如果你唔識點樣 comment 啊，點樣 subscribe 啊，你哋都可以去打俾我媽咪，佢會教你點做，佢好勁嘅。Yes， 我媽咪係好 hip 嘅，仲 hip 過我同我家姐。有好多嘢佢知道多過我哋，so 有咩問題問佢。OK，就咁啦，下次再見，拜拜。